The third-gen Honda Pilot ushered in a new era for the now 15-year-old SUV. A brand new platform, a sleek new design, and plenty of added tech transformed the formerly rugged CV into something more upmarket. Now, after just 2 years on sale, Honda is already prepping a refreshed version of its successful 3-row. New spy photos show the updated Pilot testing, hiding its new face underneath all that camouflage. The image, admittedly, don't give us much to work with in terms of styling, but we know that the grille, at minimum, will be updated, and possibly the taillights, which are also partially covered up. The Pilot will reportedly borrow most of its new styling cues from the Accord. In the cabin, don't expect many changes. The Pilot already comes with an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Most of the body goes unchanged, as one would expect with a mid-cycle refresh, but under the hood we should see some changes. The Pilot is expected to add a hybrid or plug-in option for 2019, as will the Odyssey minivan, borrowing its 2-motor powertrain from the Accord Hybrid. The standard version should still feature with the same 3.5-liter V6 found on the current model. In the current Pilot, the 3.5-liter V6 with variable cylinder management produces 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Most trims compare to a standard 6-speed automatic, but the range-topping touring and elite models use a 9-speed gearbox instead. The new Pilot will make its debut later in the year, and will go on sale as a 2019 model year. Rumor has it that the SUV could be joined by a smaller sub-Pilot offering, potentially reviving the Passport name, but that remains to be seen.
A new sighting of one of the very first Tesla Model 3 with dual motor adds to the mounting evidence that the automaker is about to release the all-wheel drive powertrain option to the new electric vehicle. Last month, Electrek reported on Tesla registering 19 Model 3 VINs with dual motor powertrain with NHTSA in the latest batch of new VINs. It happened right after the Tesla Model 3 dual motor powertrain design leaked in the latest Design Studio update. Then earlier this month, Tesla registered a new batch of Model 3 VINs, bringing the total into the 11,000s, and 2 dozen of those Model 3 VINs were registered with the dual motor powertrain. Now a few weeks later, the first Tesla Model 3 dual motor all-wheel drive was spotted in the wild by Ryan McCaffrey. He wrote on his Twitter, "I spotted number 8370 in the wild this weekend in San Francisco. It's red with 19 inches sport wheels, if you're curious." As shown by the Model 3 Vehicle Identification Number, VIN, decoder, the 8th digit represents the type of powertrain and the number B means a dual motor. It's also the highest VIN spotted in the wild. Though as usual, it doesn't mean that Tesla has produced 8,000-plus Model 3 vehicles to date, since the sequence appears to often be broken during the production ramps as Tesla tweaks the production and builds test vehicles, like this one. In the latest Model 3 online Design Studio update, Tesla says that the first Model 3 dual-motor deliveries are coming in spring 2018, which could technically mean as soon as next month.
You likely know the Yunko name from the high-performance SC Chevy Camaros and Corvettes from the decades past, but the Yunko name returns this time in the form of a regular cab Silverado truck for a very limited run of just 25 trucks. This truck is built and licensed by Specialty Vehicle Engineering. Under the hood of this street monster is a supercharged 6.8 LLT1 V8 with an aluminum block, a forged steel crankshaft and connecting rods, forged aluminum pistons, ported heads, and a specialized fuel delivery system. The result is a claimed 800 horsepower and 750 pounds-ft of torque. The truck gets a much lowered stance, 22-inch rims, 6-piston Brembo brakes, high-performance tires, and a free-flowing dual exhaust system. The total cost of the Yenko SC package is $46,995 and comes with a 3-year/36,000-mile limited warranty. This package also reminds of a Ford F-150 Lightning 600 horsepower package conversion that one dealership was doing last year. What do you think? Are high-performance street trucks like this Yenko SC Silverado a great idea, or is the latest trend all about off-road ready high-performance trucks?
The new Honda Civic Type R British touring car machine took to the track for the first time in Spain on Tuesday. The car, which has been built by Team Dynamics, ran at the Parc Castelloli circuit, just outside Barcelona, at lunchtime. Drivers Matt Neal, a 3-time BTCC champion, and new signing Dan Kamish, will share a car for testing duties for the remainder of the week. Neal said, "This next-generation Honda Civic Type R is fantastic and the guys have pulled out all the stops to get us to this point. If the car goes as fast as it looks, then we'll be in great shape this season." Kamish has joined the team for 2018 in place of WTCR-bound Gordon Shedden. Kamish said, "It's really exciting to see the new car in the flesh, in full racing trim, and it's really something special. Sitting in the cockpit for the first time will be a really proud moment for me." The car, designated the FK8, will race for the first time at the opening round of this year's campaign at Brands Hatch on April 8. It is the 5th different version of the Honda that Team Dynamics has built since it became a Honda factory-supported team in 2010. Team Dynamics team manager James Rogers said an intensive testing program was planned ahead of its competition debut. Rogers said, "It's been a massive effort by the team over the off-season to transition to the new Honda Civic Type R, and to see all of those hours' labor bear fruit is just a fantastic feeling. The car provides an excellent platform to work with, and we're sure it'll prove a potent package when it hits the track in anger at Brands Hatch." Dynamics is sharing the track with several other BTCC teams, including Motor Base Performance, MD Tuning and Eurotech Racing.
The Tesla Model 3 is an enjoyable car to drive, but some features disappoint, said Consumer Reports on Wednesday, after testers drove the car for the first time. The Model 3 offers taut handling, a fantastic driver's seat position, and the quick acceleration electric powertrains are known for, the publication said in its report. The car's glued to the road handling impressed testers, and its driver assistance system, Autopilot, did a good job of keeping the car between lane lines. But testers criticized certain features, such as an overly stiff ride, and door handles that are unnatural and awkward to use. The large screen over the center console that controls nearly everything in the car also forces drivers to look away from the road. Consumer Reports said, if ever there were a car that needed a head-up display, it's the Model 3 inches. Further testing may tell whether the screen is the future, or just a gimmick, it continued. As it usually does when reviewing cars, Consumer Reports anonymously purchased a test car from Tesla, which, at $59,000, is much more expensive than the vehicle's $35,000 base price. This is in part because Tesla began early production with more expensive versions of the sedan, and because Consumer Reports prepaid for added features Tesla plans to roll out. Consumer Reports will continue to test the car in the coming weeks and will provide a full review and rating once complete.
In contrast with Ford, Chevy is still all in on V8s for its full-size pickups, but don't take this to mean that the Silverado's engines are low-tech. The 5.3 and 6.2-liter V8s offered in the 2019 Silverado offer a new fuel-saving technology that can shut off 7 cylinders at once. This system is called Dynamic Fuel Management, and it's as interesting as its name is boring. Jason Fenske of Engineering Explained tackles dynamic fuel management, explaining how it works, and why specifically it saves fuel. In the Silverado's V8S, all of the valves are attached to deactivation arms, which can be moved by a locking pin. With the locking pin pushed all the way out, the valves operate normally, but when retracted, the valves are kept shut, effectively deactivating the cylinder. The engine management system decides how many cylinders are deactivated and when this occurs. The advantage here is a reduction in pumping losses. Basically, it's more efficient to use one cylinder to make a certain amount of power than it is to have multiple do the same work.